So there we are, Barry McGuigan's done it. Good evening to you. We've been sitting, Alan Minter and I, up a little bit higher, away from the frenetic atmosphere down at ringside, enjoying that, and a thrilling win for Barry McGuigan again. What clue do you have about Taylor packing it all in there? Must have been hurt.
Yeah, he must have been hurt. I mean, Barry was getting to him in that particular round with them body shots, and when he sticks them body shots in, they are crippling. So he's caught, you know, it looked like he wouldn't last many rounds longer, but I think it was very sad for his corner to throw a towel in. I think it's for the featherweight champions of the world. Let him go out in style and let him get beat if he's going to get beat.
Yeah. Normally, with a world title bout, they sort of give a little more than that in a way. Maybe crush ribs or something like that.
Yeah, could have broke a rib. I mean, McGuigan hit so hard to the body and to the head that he could have broke anything.
Well, that was the turning point might have come a couple of rounds earlier, round 6. But up till then, the challenger was going really well, wasn't he? I think we anticipated that in actual fact he would start well, and he certainly did. Well, there's the champion, and still champion. A successful first defence. He's enjoying all these moments, and why wouldn't he? But it was a tough contest early on for him, and it took a little time for him to get the measure of his man. And he did box well, Taylor, earlier on, didn't he?
He boxed very well. He boxed like I thought he was going to. He's long and tall, a good boxer, moving from side to side. If he could have kept up that pace for 15 rounds, well, he might have won. But see, with the pressure that McGuigan puts on you, you just can't dance. And you can dance, but you can't hide. And once them body shots start going in, Des, the head will fall, and that's just what happened.
Taylor, in a sense, paid his price, as you say, for not having the power. I mean, his record showed that. He, I think, knocked over 4 opponents, despite being undefeated, which wasn't really very clever.
He's very smart, he's very quick, he lacks power. And a man that lacks power, you know, you can hit a man all night, but if you're not hurting them, they can fight all night. But as soon as McGuigan got to him, it was the writing was on the wall. But it was a very, very exciting to start with, very exciting.
Let's just have a look at a few of those moments then in that last round where Barry McGuigan did all his best work. He started it in the 6th, and in the 8th, it was really splendid stuff. Well, I think we're going to see it in a moment, that Harry is about to talk to Barry McGuigan in just a moment or two, who's doing an interview there for American television first. Well, we'll try and see that 8th round again in a minute or two. Any other thoughts on Barry's performance tonight? Nothing suspect about him at all. He looked sharp. Took a little time to
looked very sharp. I think I would like to have seen him double up on everything, double up his jabs, double up his right hooks, and pressure. You know, the thing was, he was pressuring, but he was tending to follow the challenge around. Yeah. I think if he would have cut corners more, because in America that's what they do, cut corners, put a lot of pressure on, double up on your punches, and throw plenty of them body shots, and I thought he might have stopped him earlier. But give Taylor his due, a good fighter.
Not easy with an opponent like that, though, actually, to cut off the corners, because he is a slippery customer, isn't it?
It's not easy, but someone that's the world champion, you should be able to do it. Yeah. It's difficult, but you should be able to do it.
Do you think the atmosphere got to the opponent in any way, to Taylor? I don't think so. I
don't think so. The man's boxed all over the world. And he's boxing in front of big crowds. He knows that the atmosphere is going to be unbelievable.
Here are those moments in the 8th round that we were looking for. And he'd had a good 6th, hadn't he, McGuigan, and he really came strong here, and those body shots got through. I mean, look at them there, going underneath the arms. And I've got a feeling that that is where the damage was done, wasn't it? Good left hook to the head there, too, and you see that? Yeah. That really wobbled Taylor there, didn't it?
See, the thing is, he started throwing body shots a bit earlier on. They didn't look too much, but they go right through you. Then this round, we just seen one there, which is, I thought he was going to die. It's a terrible punch.
Tremendous power of McGuigan.
Tremendous power. No matter how fit you are, if you take a punch to the body, under the solar plexus where there's no muscle, it hurts you.
I'm sure he paid a little bit of penalty for those problems at the weigh-in this morning, when he was probably about 2 pounds overweight when he arrived.
Yeah, I don't think that would have affected him, because it was 9 hours before this fight, so therefore he would have had a nice lunch, plenty of fluid.
And built up his strength. Well, let's hear now from the champion, who's down there with Harry.
Right, we've got Barry McGuigan. Barry, what a way to come home to Belfast and win, eh?
Oh,
so pleased. You know, I think that's about the most awkward guy I have ever met, and I hope that I'll ever will meet. He's so slippery and awkward and hard to hit, and so quick and cunning and fast at getting to me, and when he threw his punches, slipping in on top of me and curtailing my own shots. I don't think I hit him with half the amount of punches I threw at him. And that was a wee bit demoralising early on, but it's only a matter of time. I felt really strong.
You were a bit demoralised, did you say?
I was a slight bit demoralised early on.
I've never heard you say that before.
Well, you know, thanks to my corner, Eddie Shaw and Mr. Eastwood, they told me to bang to the body. This guy doesn't like it downstairs, and switch him up and switch him down. And he could run, but he couldn't hide. It was only a matter of time of catching up with him.
What did you think swung it in the end? What was the moment when you suddenly felt, I've got him?
Well, I hit him a sharp right hand in the last round to the body, and it just almost broke him in two. And I think it's probably about the only punch that I did hit him, you know, delivered properly and caught him properly. But I was prepared to go 15 rounds. I trained very hard, and I know he'd said a lot of things, that he was going to beat me and he's going to knock me out and he's going to take the title and all this sort of thing. But I'd like to take this opportunity to thank him, because he was a hell of a nice guy, and all his team were nice people too. And you know, it was his second go and his big chance. But I was very pleased, and I'd like us all to thank Mr. Eastwood and Eddie Shaw. You know, this is a team effort, and it's a marvellous performance by them as well as myself. Well, I hope it is marvellous.
It's not a bad homecoming, is it? This crowd have given you some reception here tonight.
The crowd here is unbelievable, and I love them all. I really do love them, each and every one of them. And they come to see me, and they pay their money in the queue for hours. And I love them all, I really do. And all my fans across in England as well, and Wales and Scotland. I love them all. And the Isle of Man, I forgot to mention them the last time.
Barry, thanks. Right, Barney Eastwood, just a quick one. What do you think is next for Barry?
Well, we don't really know what's going to happen at the moment. We have a few things in mind, but really we had intended to go to America, but the Irish Permanent Building Society are very interested maybe in running a fight in Dublin. If they have the money, we have the time.
Okay, well, we look forward to seeing you in the ring again, but I think you deserve a rest. You've had 3 very hard fights this year.
Thanks very much indeed, Harry. Thank you very much.
Lovely having you.
Thanks a lot. Thank you, buddy. Okay, there we are. Back to Desmond.
There you are. They continue to talk as well as they fight over here in Northern Ireland. Where do you think McGuigan goes now? They're saying this might be his last fight here, that he might go to the States for the big dollars.
Yeah, he could do, but I think if, as they just said, if the Building Society come up with that big money, then stay in his hometown or in Ireland.
It helps.
And
I mean, that
now.
support must have helped him tonight tremendously, mustn't it?
I mean, I tell people, I said the atmosphere in Belfast is phenomenal, but you can't put it into words, Des. I mean, you've got to be here to witness it.
Yes.
I mean, it helps 100%, yeah.
In a sense, rather than prejudicing the challenger tonight, it just helped. It boosted McGuigan. He kept going when he might have just felt, oh, I'm getting caught a little bit in this fight.
It boosted McGuigan, and I think it's slightly disheartened Taylor.
Yeah, so all in all, a successful night. Do you see him hanging on? I mean, you won the title. You successfully defended it once, which McGuigan has now done. Yeah. Then it kind of got difficult with a man called Hagler. What do you think about McGuigan? Do you think he can continue?
Yes, I do. And I'd just like to say that if Marvin Hagler wasn't around, I would still be world champion, hopefully. But there's no one around at my age, thanks, Des. But there's no one around yet to touch McGuigan, I don't think.
He's a tremendous fighter and a great featherweight. Probably, do you think that you would go along with the fact he's the best, with all due respect to yourself, one of the best British fighters we've had in years?
Yes, I would. Yeah. He's being trained right, he's being looked after right. I think he's probably one of the best that we've ever seen and likely to see for many, many a year.
Thanks, Alan. Well, we've had a splendid night here tonight. Remember, there's another big boxing occasion. We're really in our stride with the boxing now because next week at Wembley on Tuesday night, Frank Bruno will be challenging Anders Eklund for the heavyweight championship of Europe. That's on Tuesday night at Wembley. You can see it on Sports Night on Wednesday. Tuesday, as I say, at Wembley. So there we are, we've had a splendid night tonight, and still WBA featherweight champion of the world is Barry McGuigan. From us, good night.
Well, after that amazing turnout in the McGuigan-Taylor fight in Belfast, we've time in hand before our next scheduled programme, which is Juliet Bravo at 8 o'clock. To take us there, we join that stylish and stealthy Pink Panther.
It's true, it's new, and waiting for you. The new Pink Panther show. Pink Panther! Hooray, Pink Panther! It's #1 and loaded with fun. The new Pink Panther show.
And the aardvark too.
So up with the curtain now, let's introduce the star. P-I-N-K-P-A-N-T-H-E-R. Get up, get out, get ready to shout, 'cause everyone should know that in this world, that's why it's with Pantherly pride we bring to you the Panther show. Yes, sir, it's all for you, and funnier too, 'cause it's the new Pink Panther show. P-I-N-K-P-A-N-T-H-E-R. The new Pink